So what's the problem? There have been some reports written about problems within the accountancy profession, but they're not just limited to accountants. Deloitte's produced a report last year, Digital Disruption, Short Fuse, Big Bang, which really identified that 1/3 of the Australian economy will be subjected to a significant digital disruption over the next 3 years. Now, the industries that are mentioned in the Deloitte's report include retail trade, information communication technology and the media, finance, professional services, arts and recreation, real estate. In fact, 1/3 of the total Australian economy, Deloitte's are saying, will be affected. So Deloitte's believe that the digital disruption explodes the status quo and presents unprecedented challenges whilst creating a range of opportunities for the innovative. Professional services category, in which accountancy businesses would be placed, was forecast in this report to be subject to a 32% change. 32%. And that's going to occur, according to Deloitte's report, over the first 2.5-year period. So that's happening now. It's not just something that's going to happen at some time in 2.5 years' time. Now, in the report, Deloitte's presented some primary responses that leaders of accountancy businesses and other businesses could consider to minimize the threats posed and to maximize the opportunities for your organizations. So what are some of these responses to consider? The first one was recalibrating cost structures. What changes could you make in your organization, be it within people, supply chain and overheads, to radically rethink costs? Because 32% is an enormous chunk of a business. Replenishing revenue streams. Now, I must admit this is an area that ESS BIZTOOLS has got a lot of interest in, because we think there is a real opportunity to build new sources of revenue across segments. And Deloitte's go on to say geographies and business models as legacy streams dry up in the wake of digital disruption. And the third suggestion that Deloitte's offered was reshaping corporate strategies. Reconsider the assets you've currently got in your business. Do you need them all? Do you need the offices you've currently got? Do you need the outlays that you're currently making? What risks are there that you need to be giving greater consideration to? And to give you an idea what Deloitte's are talking about, this is an extract from their report, which is identifying over the period of time, so in a 1-year period, these industries, retail, well, we all also have arts and recreation there, but retail trade is obviously being affected by many changes at present, internet trading and other things. But then over the 2-year period, we've got ICT and media that is forecast, and then we've got this group of people in about the 2.5 years, finance, professional services, real estate. And over here on this vertical axis is the percentage of change in business that Deloitte's are forecasting. So for professional services, which where accountancy firms are, they're forecasting about a 32%. If you think you might be more correctly described as being in the finance industry, well, it's up here, and there's forecast to be a 38% change. So all very big figures of what is going to occur. The next area we want to move into is the looking at the problems that are coming from other areas. It's having a bit of a technical issue here at present. Just a moment. Can't move the screen. Okay. One of the issues identified is not providing services that SMEs want. So the CCH survey that was released in September this year looked at things like assistance in managing costs, management mentoring, development of business plans, designing appropriate business models, assistance in raising capital or borrowings, all work that we believe accountants should be able to undertake. The MYOB survey, which was done a few years ago, had asked questions about what sort of additional advice would you like to receive from your accountant. And the items that were identified included future planning, business analysis and interpretation, investments, raising finance, succession or exit planning. The other thing that's occurred over the last decade is the emergence of competitors. Business coaches are far more active in the marketplace. And really, if accountants don't take the opportunities that we believe digital disruption is presenting, then other people will. So take action or others will. The CCH report was analysed by Russell Evans, CEO of CCH, in a webinar presented a couple of months ago. And in that webinar, Evans said, accountants are the best equipped profession to assist SMEs when they play the role of the trusted advisor. Are you playing the role of the trusted advisor? Are you able to grasp the opportunities that are being presented? So to meet the challenge, you need to provide services that SMEs want in their business. They want a CFO type service that will add value to their businesses. Are you doing that in your business at present? Now, this won't occur unless there's been proper preparation to ensure that your team are able to deliver these products. One of the comments that I've received from talking to many small business operators is that I want my accountant to understand more about my business than the profit and loss account. More about my business than the profit and loss account. What does that mean? Well, I think it means that the clients want the accounting team to understand about the industry they're in, the key performance indicators that are appropriate to that industry. So the team has to be trained to be able to deliver these services. The team has to have an understanding of the industry that your clients are operating in, the issues that are confronting them every day in their business activities. What about the foundations that are needed to ensure that all these products are going to be able to be delivered? We think the foundations include utilising products like AEST BIZTOOLS that can help accountancy businesses get prepared to offer business advisory services to their clients. One of the first things you'll need to do there is to select the products that you're going to offer to ensure that the products you're able to present to your clients with conviction, with feeling, that your clients will appreciate that you do understand what you're talking about. Our recommendation is that you fully analyze the industries that your major clients belong to. Do you know what industries your A-class clients belong to? Have you developed specific services to service those industry requirements? Most firms will find that 80% of your clients belong to 6 or 7 different industry groups. So why not encourage some of your accountants to become industry champions, to read the industry-specific newspapers or journals, to go to some conferences, to understand what is happening in those industries, so that they could present a presentation at one of those industry meetings on the accounting impact of a particular issue of concern to the industry, or the financial impact, or the taxation situation on various industry decisions. Now, accountants are going to have to embrace marketing far more extensively than what they've ever done in the past. Digital disruption is definitely presenting challenges, but if Deloitte's are right and there's a 32% change in accountancy businesses, that's a lot of fees to make up. Accountants have not traditionally been known for being strong marketers of their services. The Tax Act has served accountants very well, in that clients have had to keep on coming back every year to get tax returns done. But there is going to be more competition in the advisory area. And many of your clients will not understand that you are inclined to offer this type of services, because most accountants have not been offering it for the past 30 years. Indeed, our professional organisations have been very quiet on the additional services that an accountant could provide to small, medium enterprises, acting as the Chief Financial Officer of small, medium enterprise entities. So we believe that you will have to embrace marketing strategies. One of the ways that you can unlock your client's imagination is to discuss with them a document we call the SME needs analysis. It's really a menu of services that you'd be providing to your clients. You can edit it and remove some of the services if you're not going to provide them. Or what we'd recommend you do is you still include them in the menu of services, but you make arrangements with an affiliated professional organisation to deliver any of the services that at this stage you're not in a position to deliver to your clients. In that way, you act as the project manager, and your client still sees you as the key trusted advisor to their business. And what the SME needs analysis will do is highlight various activities and functions that we believe will lead to the client asking you to undertake a particular engagement to help them understand their services better. In ESS BIZTOOLS, we have a template for a seminar, because we believe having a seminar or webinar with your clients is the best way to launch the services to your clients. The material includes pre-prepared templates to assist in the delivery of a commentary on the various products to be provided. So these script sheets have been prepared for each of the 14 products that are currently included within ESS BIZTOOLS to facilitate the presentation at a seminar. The next big challenge that accountants are going to face is selling business advisory services. Whilst there's been numerous surveys that have indicated that SMEs want more services from their accountant, you cannot assume that your clients are going to recognise that you're in a position to supply these services. So accountants are going to have to understand some of the selling skills that many other industries have had to use since their inception. Written proposals will have to be submitted. Follow-up telephone calls will have to be made. Asking for the order will become part of the delivery strategy utilised by accountants as they deliver business advisory services, chief financial officer services offerings to your clients. Selling is not a dirty word. Selling is very important. In many public corporations, public companies, the sales team and sales executives are the highest paid executives. Why? Because no business can exist for very long unless there is some sales activity being undertaken. And what's the next part of the foundation that we can offer you? And that's ESS Biz Grants. This is a product which will help identify government grants for small, medium enterprises. And we believe that's very important because this can be the entry into the supply of a different range of services to your clients. The Australian state and territory governments distribute about $5 billion per annum in grants and assistance. That's a lot of money. Are your clients receiving their share of this funding? ESS Biz Grants produces a report for you to be able to distribute to your clients, identifying the grants that have been identified in the system. And today we are launching our new product, ESS BIZTOOLS, which is Business Advisory Services Implementation Program. We think that is the biggest challenge confronting accountants. One word: implementation. Over the years, I've observed many accountants going to the same type of conferences each year, and those conferences do talk about accountants adopting a stronger presence in the non-compliance market. Yet year after year you see the same faces back at the next conference. And when they're asked how they went, did they implement, the most common answer was, no, we got back to the office and really didn't have time. We had other pressures. Well, if Deloitte's are correct, there's going to be plenty of time because they're forecasting a 32% change in all accountancy businesses. So the quicker you get started on implementing the new strategies, the better. But many of you will not have the time even now to do that. So following requests from accountants all over Australia, and we've started already to offer some of these services, we've decided to introduce a program we're calling BIZTOOLS. It's going to comprise 8 two-hour webinar sessions. Now these will be general webinar sessions, so there'll be a number of firms participating in them, and they'll be followed each week by 8 30-minute Skype mentoring sessions for your firm only. So we'll work through in a public webinar the issues for that day, and then the next week, because those sessions will be held on a Friday morning, and then on the Monday and Tuesday the following week, in accordance with the roster that's been agreed to with your firm, we will have a Skype mentoring session for about 30 minutes to make sure that your team have fully absorbed the subject from the first session. Now this is all about getting ready to be able to deliver the business advisory services products. So what's the dream? Well, I believe the dream should be for most accountancy firms, some of you have already started the course, is to deliver CFO services for SMEs. And we believe that this can be done through products like ESS BIZTOOLS, which will have its first module, Getting Ready for Business Advisory Services, which will be commencing on Friday the 25th of October for 2 hours. And then we are developing product implementation modules in groups of 3 products, which will be delivered in 4 2-hour sessions, commencing on Friday the 17th of January 2014. ESS BIZTOOLS has templates, articles, papers, implementation program, quotation form, proposal letters, all to assist you to be able to offer the ESS BIZTOOLS business advisory services products. And then we have ESS BizGrants, which will produce a grant report whereby you can highlight the identified grants for which your individual SME client might be eligible. So you can sit down and have that very important discussion with your clients. I believe that the accountancy profession is at a crossroads. Deloitte are forecasting that there will be a 32% change in businesses such as accounting over the next 2.5 years. But with every change there's an opportunity, and the opportunity is for those firms who get in quickly and start to get their house in order. Deloitte are saying 32%. According to AEST, the Australian accountancy industry is a $17 billion market. A 32% change is in the vicinity of $5 billion. Now we've discounted a little bit to $4 billion. But even if Deloitte's are only half right, it is still a $2 billion disruption that they are forecasting that's going to occur in the accounting industry. The real challenge is, what are you going to do about it? There are significant opportunities. I think we're lucky as a profession that small medium enterprises have been saying in survey after survey for years that they want additional services offered to them. It would be a real problem if small businesses were not making those requests. But any of you who've sat back and observed the growth of the coaching industry in Australia will know that some of your clients have already moved into getting more advanced advice. Some of it will be coming from people who are highly qualified and well respected and are able to deliver the financial advice that clients have sought from them. But some of them are not so well qualified or experienced, and that is one of the real problem areas. Other accountancy firms could also snare some of your clients from you if you're too slow in trying to grasp the opportunity that is available. We don't believe that no action is an option, because unless you are going to significantly reduce your staff, there's going to be changes occurring in the marketplace. Changes that have been driven by cloud technology and the uptake of other technologies. Change that have been driven by the growth of the bookkeeping industry in Australia. Change that's been driven by more work being outsourced overseas, and in some cases competition starting to emerge from accountants based in other countries. So no action is not an option if you are going to be continuing to run a viable accountancy business in 2.5 years' time. ESS BizTools, ESS BizGrants and ESS BASIP are passionate about assisting accountants to grasp these exciting opportunities. We invite you all to participate in the ESS BASIP program commencing from the 25th of October and running for 8 weeks through to the week before Christmas. This will help your firm to get prepared, ready to activate products and services in the non-compliance area in 2014. Now, I hasten to add that some of you will not need to go in the BASIP program. Within ESS BizTools, all the material is already there. What you must have is the desire to implement within your own firm. But if you think you would like to avail yourself of some external assistance to ensure that implementation does occur within your firm, then we are very happy for you to join the ESS BASIP program. There is one condition to participate in ESS BASIP. You have to be an ESS BizTools Gold subscriber, because we are using all of the material contained within the ESS BIZTOOLS Gold package as part of the delivery mechanism that we're going to utilise within BASF.